Alright, so drawing 10 is going to be your first one that really has anything tricky in depth. Let's take a look at that one together. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw in the actual orthographic drawing. So in the front view, what we will see is a square. Now, an important thing to know about when we're working with orthographic drawings, so those are the multi-view drawings, a cube will look like just 3 squares. So I'm drawing in the height, and I'm also going to have some matching lines in the side view. So I'm just going to draw them in all at once to save myself a little bit of hassle. Now I'm going to do the lines for the length. So this is the orthographic or multi-view drawing of this shape. So it's a 4 by 4 by 4 cube with a 3 by 3 by 3 cube cut out of the corner. And just as a quick reminder of how all of this works, I'm going to very quickly draw in the guidelines just so that you can see it. So let me just come in here. I'm going to draw them in really light. I want you to take a look at how all this lines up. So the left side of the front view lines up with the left side of the top view. Same thing with the right sides, because the length is the same measurement regardless of whether the top view or the front view. And same thing with this line. Now looking from the front view to the side view, we can see the heights match up. It's a little trickier to go from the top view to the side view, but it's not actually all that bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a 45-degree angle line running through from the bottom left corner of the drawing. So if you take a look, you'll see that in my drawing I now have the line I just added, which is running at a 45-degree angle, meaning that the amount it goes up and the amount it goes over are the same. And you'll see it just runs through the corner of every square it passes through on the grid. That's how you can spot a 45-degree angle really easily. And so the way the guidelines work, what I'm drawing right now is the back of the shape, because whatever is in the back of the top view is the back. Now I get to that 45-degree angle line and I come back down, and that's also the back of the shape. I get over to this 45-degree angle line from here, and I see it lines up with that edge. So this is how you can create or check, how you can create guidelines to draw it, or you can check what things line up with each other. I'm going to turn that off because we don't really need that right now. And let's create the actual isometric drawing. So I'm going to switch over to another layer. Give me one moment. And you should now be able to see an isometric grid. So put that there so you can more easily see what I'm doing. Now the first thing I need to do is I'm going to start by drawing the overall size of the shape. And so this is going to be a cube. I can see that my red lines, when I created them, now I know you can't see the grid there, but the overall shape is 4 units tall. So I am going to draw a 4-unit tall line. Now over to the right, so 4 units over, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to come in and draw another 4-unit line. That's going to be the front edge of the shape. I'm going to draw in some lines for length, so I'm going to draw the bottom of the shape and the top of the shape. Now I wouldn't recommend drawing this in pen right now because there's some lines that we're going to erase, but I want to show you how the cube is drawn. So now in the side view, we're going to start drawing back. So this edge right here that I just drew a line through, that edge is shared between the front and the side view. But I'm going to come back 4 units because this is a cube, and the depth is also 4 units. I'm going to draw a line for the bottom in the side view, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I'm going to draw in the back edge. And because it's a vertical line, it's showing height, and it's going to be red. So that's the front and side of our cube. Now to draw on the top, we're going to use lines for both length and depth. Remember, length is green, depth is blue. And remember that that's not something that you can necessarily expect to see in every drawing. I've been doing that just to try to make things a little easier as you learn, but it's not really a standard part of these drawings. But here is a cube. Now if we were going to draw the back, which we don't do, but if you want to see where the lines for the back are, I'm putting them in light gray. Now I'm going to fade this out, and we're going to use this as a guide as we make our actual shape. So I'm going to come in here. And so I already know, if I take a look at the front view, what I can see is I have an L shape and I have a square. And I'm going to start off by drawing the L shape. Now I can tell you, so when you start doing orthographic drawings next week, you're going to be able to see more easily how I can tell that the front is very clearly the L shape. For now, if you're having trouble visualizing it, it's okay. You'll get better at it with a little more practice. But for now, I'm going to tell you that that L is at the front. So I'm going to draw the L, so it's 4 units tall on the left and 1 unit tall on the right. And then over here, it's 3 units. Now I'm going to draw the line for the length. It's going to come over by 1 unit. It's going to come over by 4 units, and then come over by 3 units. In depth, it's going to go back by 4, back by 3, back by 1. And it's going to go up by 3, up by 4, rather down. Now to draw in the top, I've got 4 units, I've got 3 units, and I've already got that 1 unit line drawn. In depth, I'm going to have 4 units, 3 units, and that 1 unit line is already drawn. And now what I would do is to draw the rest of it, I've got a cube that's 2 units. And what will happen is, as I draw it in, you'll start to see where it is. So it's actually pushed up against those inside edges of the cube. And so I've got a green line here, I've got a red line right here, and I've got a blue line for depth right here. I'm going to hide my guides that I created, And that is drawing 10.